The University of Houston has sparked controversy by displaying a golden statue with satanic imagery to honor abortion and to memorialize the late Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. This 18-foot-tall naked female figure named Witness features braids shaped like goat horns, arms and legs made of tentacles, along with a judicial lace collar mirroring Ginsburg's iconic style. This statue, created by Shahzia Sikander, was meant to pay homage to Ginsburg and serve as a resistance to the patriarchal representation of the judicial system, as well as support pro-abortion legislation. The following video is our coverage of the prayer vigil that occurred on February 26th to condemn the unveiling of this satanic statue. We're here at the University of Houston, and we've talked about it on the show and on the channel, and we talked about this statue, and I'll tell you what, until you're here in person looking at it, the pictures that you see online don't quite do it justice.
So I'm the executive director of Harris County Citizens Defending Freedom, and we found out about this horrific statue, this abomination of desolation that was placed by taxpayer dollars at the University of Houston. And you know what? We're an organization, and one of our pillars is faith. We have education, we have election integrity, but our number one pillar is faith. And we cannot stand by and allow these atrocities to continue on the taxpayer dime. So we came here as a group of individuals, concerned citizens, but also it's important that people understand prayer moves mountains. And it's not just prayer, it's doing something about it. So we're also doing a writing campaign to the Board of Regents and asking them to remove this statue. This must go. We cannot tolerate these types of atrocities and abominations to continue to stand and pervert the minds of our children. And yes, they are children. I'm a grandmother. Or any faculty. Enough is enough, and we have to learn that these types of things, they must learn that these types of things will not be tolerated by one, Jesus-believing Christians, and by two, tax-paying citizens. So I call on the Board of Regents and all the way up to the governor's office, who appoints the Board of Regents, to remove that statue.
You know, they used to kind of like hide what they were worshiping. They hid it under like notes like postmodernism and hedonism. But we're getting to a point now where it's not just these rogue ideas, where we're actually confining it into like a legitimate golden statue with goat horns that, like, any child, if you told them draw a demonic idol, would probably draw that thing.
Yes.
So how did, in your opinion, we get to a point where we went from a Christian nation to kind of having these ideas that were evil, but kind of hidden as, you know, just being your freedom to worship that way, to actually having legitimate golden statues that are 18 feet tall?
Yes.
I mean, it's not hidden.
Exactly. The enemy is no longer hiding. Even this is light. We are in light right now. God said, let there be light, and there is light. And the fact is that even though this is darkness, it's still in light. It's still exposed. So we as Christians, we do not have fellowship with darkness. As light, we do not have fellowship with darkness. So at the end of the day, yes, this is exposed, but that's why we're out here right now proclaiming our faith and knowing that this is not okay, that this does not stand for our country, that this does not stand for this state, that this does not stand for this campus.
The reality is that it is very indicative of the cultural rot that has stemmed deep into our roots here in America. People may not remember, but we were founded as a Christian nation dedicated to Christian values. This is exactly the opposite of those values. It represents evil, it represents death. And ultimately, the issue is, and I'll point this out, there were no organizations here other than the one who hosted it and us here at Patriot Talk 920. They're trying to ignore that it's happening. They're trying to pretend like it's not here. That's not happening in Houston. We're safe in Texas. We're not. This cultural rot, this evil is right here in front of us. And I would encourage each and every one of you that whatever you're doing, nothing is more important than being here, than getting involved, than praying over this evil statue, than making a writing campaign, talking to the regents, talking to the governor himself, because this is evil and it's not going to go away unless we do something about it.